You're live now.
Well, it's nice to know that we're alive now.
Yes.
Hey, Lulu.
Okay.
The sun is out and it's too nice for us to be in here.
Yeah.
Lulu
I'm
says.
trying to find this event on here, so I will be right
You ought to turn your volume down on your phone there. Yeah, because otherwise you're going to hear it through the mics and all.
Yes. Here. Hi, George, and your wife.
Good evening,
Hey,
Pat.
Pat.
Welcome. You're
Let's
the
see
first
if
to
I'm
arrive.
actually- if I show up here and look all right. There. And Debbie Lane, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, Debbie.
Hello.
Welcome. Glad you could come.
Yes. And Dan Wolking. Yo. Hi, Dan.
Dan, the audio man.
Yes.
Thanks for all your help, sir.
Oh, how did I do that? Let's see. There we go. Well, I hope we make my microphone aim at me just a bit more. That's the thing, I can set it in the circle, but I have to aim it right.
This mic isn't even close to right.
Oh. Okay, it was there. Is where it's supposed to be. It just needed to be turned. Okay.
Okay.
I believe. I don't understand because I did mark them correctly.
I have to move these mics to get in and out of this chair, and that's why it got turned like that.
Okay, I think that's it right there.
Okay, good.
Well, little details. Okay. It's a little fluffy today.
My fingers need to catch up with my brain.
Limber up a little there.
Yeah, good. Well, is it time?
I say yes, it is. 1 o'clock right now. Okay.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
This one is entitled Going Places. And we have some requests that we will get to here in a little bit. I had them at the top of the show, but it doesn't seem right to do them until and unless the people come by.
Right.
So let me reset my songs list. Okay, this one is called Going Places. And the idea is that, other than the requests, of course, all of the songs that we're going to do today have a place in their the name of a place in their title somewhere. They're all about some place or other. So themes keep coming in. If you have an idea for a topic,
yes,
leave a comment and let us know. And if you're watching for the first time, or even if you haven't and you haven't already done so, leave us a comment. We'd love to know who you are and where you're from, and all that kind of thing. We'll get to know each other a little bit here. We'll start out with a song that was done by George Hamilton IV. Was written by John D. Loudermilk, Bob Gibson, and Lester Brown, and I don't think that's the barbecue Bob Gibson guy. It's called Abilene, and it was done by George Hamilton IV. Abilene, Abilene, prettiest town I've ever seen. Women there don't treat you mean in Abilene, my Abilene. I sit alone most every night, watch those trains pull out of sight. Don't I wish they were carrying me back to Abilene, my Abilene. Abilene, Abilene, prettiest town I've ever seen. Women there don't treat you mean in Abilene, my Abilene. Crowded city, ain't nothing free, nothing in this town for me. Wish to the Lord that I could be in Abilene, sweet Abilene. Abilene, Abilene, prettiest town I've ever seen. Women there don't treat you mean in Abilene, my Abilene. Women there don't treat you mean in Abilene, my Abilene.
Yeah, that's a neat song.
Yeah, I like that song. I always liked this. And you could do a lot of stuff with that. Here's another one. I don't know the title of this. Doc Watson plays it. People use that. Okay. Here's a John Prine song written and recorded by John. It's called Paradise. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backward old town that's often remembered so many times that the memories are worn. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County? You can sing with this.
I was wondering if they're okay.
Yeah, if it's in your key. All right, let's take the chorus from the top.
Okay.
Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauling away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Avery Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train's hauled it away. Then the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and they stripped all the land. They dug for the coal till the land was forsaken, and they wrote it all down as the progress of man. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Sing on. I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes flow down the Green River. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away.
That was a little low for me.
Yeah.
I could have come up a half step.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little more. No, but I like that song.
Would have had to play it in D.
No.
You'd have had to come up a whole step.
Yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed that song.
Good. Glad you liked it. Here's a song that was done by the New Christy Minstrels, and I think was written by Randy Sparks. It's called Denver. Come on, big mule! I was driving a rig out of Texas, all loaded and bound for Cheyenne, taking my pleasure so freely, just a good loving rambling man. I had quite a way with the ladies, Sweet Daddy was my middle name, till I got to a place they called Denver, and I ain't never been quite the same. Yeah! I've been to St. Louis and Abilene, I rambled through many a town, but I got me a woman in Denver, Lord, that's where I'm settling down. Well, I kissed her and swore that I loved her, I told her someday she'd be mine, and then I laughed all the way back to Texas, to think she'd believe that old line. Well, I got to pining for Denver, it's funny how things come to be, and as I slipped the ring on her finger, well, I knew that the laugh was on me. I've been to St. Louis and Abilene, I've rambled through many a town, but I got me a woman in Denver, Lord, that's where I'm settling down. Now all you young fellas take warning, you single men run for your life, be careful and stay out of Denver, or else you'll wind up with a wife. You'll walk down the street unsuspected, and you won't believe what you see, 'cause the prettiest gals live in Denver, Lord, you'll end up happy like me. Yeah! I've been to St. Louis and I believe I rambled through many a town. But I got me a woman in Denver, Lord, that's where I'm settling down. Come on, big mule. Got me a woman in Denver, Lord, that's where I'm settling down. Ah!
Yeah. I have gotten no more comments, and yet I have, it says there's several, like 12 people watching, so I don't know if people are not able to comment or they just aren't.
Oh, well.
So, folks, if you can comment, somebody let me know.
I
might be missing some.
Why don't you go out and come back into the
yeah, I might be missing
to the broadcast and see if it'll reset, or if there's a refresh button, hit that.
I don't see one.
Okay.
Let me go back and see if I can come back in, because this is not.
Yeah, that isn't right.
Sorry, folks. I'll answer comments as soon as I get back and see them. Something was keeping them from showing. See, I've got all kinds of comments I missed.
Well, catch me up.
Okay, hang on, folks.
I was beginning to think we'd get done real early.
I know. Nan said, hi, good to see you, and Felix Maron.
Hello, Nan. Hello, Felix. I have your
Hi,
song
Lynn and
for
George.
you.
Greetings from Switzerland. Better
I'm
late
so
than never.
glad you came back.
And Nan said, love it. And I don't know which song. I'm sorry, I did. Anyway, then, Bay Allen is here.
Hey, Bay!
I really like it. The melody reminds me of Roz and the Bow with a slightly different refrain. And Dan Wolking said, I'll make one. And Bay Allen said, we're commenting. Okay, sorry,
All
guys.
right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, something had happened to my video. So I'm glad it's all right.
Indeed.
Now I'm back where I'm supposed to be.
Now we're back where we need to be.
Yes, and Patricia Gilbert just got here. Sorry I'm late.
Hello, Patricia. Welcome.
Our commenting was late, too. So, Bob Hale. Hello, George and Lynn. Brenda here.
Hello,
Like
Bob
the
and Brenda.
T-shirts. I've got ours on order from Pete Daigle with our new Tahoma Auto Harp. And Lavonda is here. I am here, Lavonda McCoy Beckett.
Hello, Lavonda.
Good to see you. And yes, we love these T-shirts.
Yes, we have news.
They're very arty.
Yes, we have Daigle news, so that's
Yes.
why we are wearing our T-shirt, and we will unveil that surprise here in a little bit. Felix last week requested "Family Tradition," which was written and recorded by Hank Williams Jr.
Oh, yes.
Let me see what key I was supposed to. Okay. Okay, Felix, here's your song. Country music singers have always been a real close family, but lately some of my kinfolks have disowned a few others in me. I guess it's because I kinda changed my direction. Lord, I guess I went and broke their family tradition. They get on me and they want to know, Hank, why do you drink? Hank, why do you roll smoke? And why must you live out the songs that you wrote? Over and over, everybody makes my prediction. So if I get stoned, I'm just carrying on an old family tradition. I am very proud of my daddy's name, although his kind of music and mine ain't exactly the same. Stop and think it over and put yourself in my position. If I get stoned and sing all night long, it's a family tradition. So don't ask me, Hank, why do you drink? Hank, why do you roll smoke? Why must you live out the songs that you wrote? If I'm down in a honky-tonk and some old slick's trying to give me friction, I'll say, leave me alone, I'm singing all night long. It's a family tradition. Lord, I have loved some ladies, and I have loved Jim Beam, and they both tried to kill me back in 1973. When that doctor asked me, son, how did you get in this condition? I said, hey, Sawbones, I'm just carrying on an old family tradition. So don't ask me, Hank, why do you drink? And why do you roll smoke? And why must you live out the songs that you wrote? Stop and think it over. Try to put yourself in my unique position. If I get stoned and sing all night long, it's a family tradition.
Yeah.
There you go, Felix.
Okay, we had Felix said, you're wearing the same T-shirt as I do today. Mona Lisa lost her smile, David Allan Coe. And he also said, wow, I love it, with many clapping hands.
Thank you.
I love that song. That was good.
Yeah, I like that one.
And we had hearts go up, one from Bay Allen. I think I saw a heart go up from Bay Allen. And he
Thanks,
said
Bay.
Nice on that. Bay did.
I'm so glad that you all could join us today.
Yes, we thought no one was here.
Spring has definitely sprung down here.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, flowers are starting to come out.
Flowers are blooming and
birds are chirping.
Yeah, we go back to daylight time next week.
Do we?
Yeah,
really? I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
goodness.
From tomorrow down here in the U.S.
Yeah.
So things are happening. Hopefully, winter's had its last farewell crack at us, and we can
that would be nice.
Start complaining about the heat here in a week or two. That's what'll happen.
Huh.
Not me. I love summer. I don't complain about the heat. I wait for it all winter, and when it gets here, I thank it for coming back.
Bay said our snow is melting, finally. Still some in ground, LOL. Oh, snow. We didn't see a lot of snow. We did get a little, though, didn't we?
Yeah,
flurries and some.
We had
one time.
One
recently.
time it actually lasted overnight, but
that's the South.
Yeah, you see people going around their yard with a rake to get enough to make a snowball. You know,
right?
Well. Yeah, right. Here is a song written and recorded by John Denver. For those of you who have just joined us, all the songs we play other than the requests are songs with a place in that mention a place of some kind in their title.
Yes.
Denver, Abilene, Paradise by John Prine, and now the infamous, this is one of Dan's favorites, it's called Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
Saturday night in Toledo, Ohio is like being nowhere at all. All through the day, how the hours rush by. You sit in the park and you watch the grass die. Oh, but after the sunset, the dusk and the twilight, as shadows of night start to fall, they roll up the sidewalks precisely at 10, and the people who live there are not seen again. Just two lonely truckers from Great Falls, Montana, and a salesman from places unknown, says unknown, are huddled together in downtown Toledo to spend their big night all alone. You ask how I know of Toledo, Ohio. Well, I spent a week there one day. They have entertainment to dazzle your eyes. Go visit the bakery and watch the buns rise. Oh, but let's not forget that the folks of Toledo unselfishly gave us the scale. No springs, honest weight, that's the promise they made. So smile and be thankful next time you get weighed. And with and wet with, let this be our motto. Let's let the sleeping dogs lie, ping dogs lie. And here's to the dogs in Toledo, Ohio. Ladies, we bid you goodbye.
Yes.
And so shall we bid them goodbye.
Yes. We had a ha-ha face go up on that one.
Ah, thank you.
And likes going up.
All right. Speaking of likes and the
hearts and likes,
speaking of likes and the like,
and man said, "Oh my!" Sorry, George.
No, it's okay. Anything else?
No.
If you haven't already done so, and you want to kind of keep abreast of what's going on around here, like or follow this page. Like or follow the Auto Harp Down homepage, and we will. You'll see invites to all the performances there, and not much else. We're not going to try to, sell you a new TV or get you to sign up for some web service you don't need or anything like that. But it's strictly related to Auto Harp and that sort of thing. So we're not going to clutter up your news feed, but that way you can keep tabs on us and know when we're going to do what. We have a YouTube channel. Just look up Auto Harp Down Home on YouTube, and you will find many of our performances. I haven't put them all up there yet, but you'll find many of them up there, and you can find all of the past performances here on Facebook on the Auto Harp Down homepage. So if you want to use up some more of your valuable time later on, you can review past efforts. Okay.
Pat said, like the T-shirts.
Thank you.
We do too.
Daigle Auto Harps. Pete builds them right, that's for sure.
Hearts, yes, and likes.
Here's a song that was written by Will McLean. He is in the Florida Music Hall of Fame. He sang songs about Florida, and not just the sun and the beaches and all, but the actual history of the state and features thereof. This one's called hold back the waters of Lake Okeechobee. Lord, hold back the waters of Lake Okeechobee. Lake Okeechobee's water is cold. When wild winds are blowing across Okeechobee, they're looking and seeking other poor souls. Lord, Lake Okeechobee's water is cold. 'Twas in the late 20s, there came a great flood, drowned 4,000, their graves was the mud. Was nothing could withstand that great tidal wave. Now the ghosts of the vanished cry from the grave. Lord, hold back the waters of Lake Okeechobee. Lake Okeechobee's water is cold. When wild winds are blowing across Okeechobee, they're looking and seeking for other poor souls. Lord, Lake Okeechobee's water is cold. The Seminole left there in haste and with speed. Their wise words of warning were given no heed. When the waters receded, great God, what a sight! Men, women, and children turned black as the night. Lord, hold back the waters of Lake Okeechobee. Lake Okeechobee's water is cold. When wild winds are blowing across Okeechobee, they're looking and seeking for other poor souls. Lord, Lake Okeechobee's water is cold. Now Lake Okeechobee is calm and serene. The land all around is fertile and green. But the people get fearful when the wild winds do roam. They look at the earth dam and think of their home. Lord, hold back the waters of Lake Okeechobee. Lake Okeechobee's water is cold. When wild winds are blowing across Okeechobee, they're looking and seeking for other poor souls. Lord, Lake Okeechobee's water is cold.
Wow. We have an Austin Byrne who says, "Hi, Pat."
Hello,
So
Austin.
Austin is glad to. We're
Welcome,
glad to have
sir.
you. Welcome,
We're
welcome.
delighted to have you.
Yes, and I had many likes go up on that song.
I'm guessing that you're kin to Pat there.
Yes, seems like maybe. We have other kin here too.
Indeed.
To us.
Right.
Dan is kin to me, and so is Nancy. So.
I am going to.
And Lavonda to you.
Yeah, Lavonda's here.
Yeah.
She's my kid's sister.
Yeah. So I have a sister
Back
and
in
a brother.
Ohio.
So we're
We have
family.
international audience.
Yes.
Lots of people here today. That's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm going to. I don't know whether to handle these requests or wait and see if the people come, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do them.
Well, the folks might not show up, and they will be able to go back and hear them.
Right.
So we just don't have any way of knowing.
Okay, here is one that Ivan Stiles requested last week when we did the Let's Get High show.
Yes, that.
And it's called Don't Bogart That Joint.
Okay.
written by Elliot Ingvar and Larry Wagner, and was recorded by Fraternity of Man. And I believe it was in the Uneasy Rider movie that was done in 1969. I've never seen the movie, though. Pardon me, so I can't be sure.
Oh, I have one from Lavonda, says, not much of a kid anymore, LOL. And Bob Hale says, hello, we have the sound turned up a lot more than normal. So I don't know if that's a comment on the...
Is anyone else having that problem? Is our volume low for anybody else, or is not quite sure? We did do some work with the audio gear.
Yes.
If anyone else is having to turn us up, let us know. Here we are. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Roll another one, just like the other one. You've been hanging on to it, and I sure would like a hit. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Just like the other one. That one's burned just about to the end. So come on and be a real friend. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Everybody sing along this time. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Nice.
We had hearts and likes going up on that one.
Yeah.
Austin likes it a lot.
Okay. Thanks, Austin.
See, we had Patricia Gilbert, volume is great for me, and Carol Ann Hodgson Allen. No problem.
Oh, hi, Carol Ann. Wow, Carol's here. Haven't seen you for a while. Nice to have you back.
Anyway, she said no problem also, and Felix said... This I don't think was related. It says it was on this movie. Such a relaxed song. No wonder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no wonder. Okay.
And Dan said it's actually probably louder than usual. If it's a real problem, you could at your convenience pull your main level down a bit on the mixer.
All right. I think I can manage that. All right. I just moved it down a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Not going to get into a whole lot of technical stuff here, but thanks for that, Dan, and let me know if that's
Carol
better.
said, thanks, I love your enthusiasm. Makes me grin every time.
Oh, good. That's what we're here for. That's why we do it. John Wendling requested this one. it's called Carmelita. And
I remember.
I'm sorry?
I said I remember. I wrote that down.
Okay. Warren Zevon wrote and recorded this. And it's, like I said, it's called Carmelita. I hear mariachi static on my radio, and the tubes, they glow in the dark, and I'm there with you in Ensenadas, and I'm here in Echo Park. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I think I'm sinking down. And I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town. And I'm sitting here playing solitaire with my pearl-handled deck. The county won't give me no more methadone, and they cut off your welfare check. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I think I'm sinking down, and I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town. Well, I pawned my Smith & Wesson, and I went to meet my man. He hangs out down on El Dorado Street at the county chicken stand. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I think I'm sinking down, and I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town. Carmelita, hold me tighter, I think I'm sinking down, and I'm all strung out on heroin on the outskirts of town.
Nice.
Carmelita.
Yes, we had a lot of likes and hearts come up on that one.
Oh, thank you all.
Austin said lovely and friendly, but I'm not, and with thumbs up, but that may have been the other song too. I'm not sure, because that came up. I think I didn't get a chance to read it, so I'm not sure which one on that. Sorry about that. See, reading comments can be.
Well, yeah, but that's all right.
I don't want to interrupt you when you're.
No.
When you're
Well, no. That's the whole point, is not to do that.
right.
So I enjoy the comments just the way they are. Don't apologize.
change
You're
a thing.
doing fine.
Thank you.
Here's a song that was written by an auto harp player. Didn't know he played auto harp, I'll bet, did you? John Sebastian. And it was recorded by his group, The Lovin' Spoonful. And it's called Nashville Cats. Nashville cats play clean as country water. Nashville cats play wild as Mountain Dew. Nashville cats been playing since they's babies. Nashville cats get work before they're two. Well, there's 1,352 guitar pickers in Nashville, and they can pick more notes than the number of ants on a Tennessee anthill. Yeah, there's 1,352 guitar cases in Nashville. And anyone that unpacks his guitar can play twice as better than I will. Yeah, I was just 13, you might say. I was a musical proverbial knee-high when I heard a couple new sounding tunes on the tubes, and it blasted me sky high. And the record man said, everyone is a Yellow Sun record from Nashville, and up north there ain't nobody buys them. And I said, but I will. And it was Nashville Cats. Play clean as country water. Nashville Cats. Play wild as Mountain Dew. Nashville Cats. Been playing since his babies. Nashville Cats. Get work before they're two. Well, there's 16,821 mothers from Nashville. All their friends play music and they ain't uptight if one of the kids will, because it's custom made for every mother's son to be a guitar picker in Nashville. And I sure am glad I got the chance to say a word about the music and the mothers from Nashville. Nashville Cats. Play clean as country water. Nashville Cats. Play wild as Mountain Dew. Nashville Cats. Been playing since his babies. Nashville Cats. Get work before they're two.
Yeah.
Nashville Cats.
Yes. We had a lot of hearts and likes and thumbs ups on that.
Yeah, the other song they do that I play occasionally that Dan really likes is called Jug Band Music.
Oh, yes, I love that one.
Pretty
too.
sure they did that.
Yeah, that's a real good one.
That's a good song.
Felix said, great, funny song.
Thank you. Here's one that was written by Danny Dill and Mel Tillis and was recorded by a bunch of people, but Bobby Bare had a hit with it. It's called Detroit City.
Ooh.
And I can't do the riff at the beginning because it goes up half steps at a time on one string, and it's just not.
Oh.
So I had to make up my own.
Okay.
I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh, how I want to go home. Last night I went to sleep in Detroit City, and I dreamed about those cotton fields and home. And I dreamed about my mother, dear old papa, sister, and brother. And I dreamed about the girl who's been waiting for so long. I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh, how I want to go home. Home folks think I'm big in Detroit City. From the letters that I write, they think I'm fine. By day I make the cars, and by night I make the bars. If only they could read between the lines. As you know, I rode a freight train north to Detroit City. And after all these years, I find I've just been wasting my time. So I just think I'll take my foolish pride, put it on a southbound freight and ride. Go on back to the loved ones, the ones I left waiting so far behind. I want to go home. I want to go home. wanna go home. Oh, how I want to go home.
Nice. Ivan is here.
Hello, Ivan.
Ivan says, "Hi, folks. Just finished some necessary chores.
Ah,
Glad to have you. Welcome, sir."
indeed. And Nancy, too, I hope.
Yes.
And I didn't know, I usually do requests near the top of the show, Ivan, so if you want to hear your song that you requested, you can go back and listen to it. You missed it just by that much. But anyway.
It was really good, too.
Yeah, that's right. Boy, you really missed it. Anyway, the problem
You should
with...
tell him which one.
Don't Bogart that joint.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't
you
Bogart.
requested Don't Bogart that joint last week, and
From our Getting High. What was
yeah,
it called?
Let's Get High.
Let's Get High.
From the Let's Get High
Yes,
show.
see.
Like I say, I usually do them right at or near the top of the show. I've tried a couple of times to wait, and then the people don't come, and then I don't have enough music. And anyway,
He said, "I'll catch it later."
catch it later.
And
welcome. I'm glad you're here for the rest of it, and you are here for the good part.
yes.
And I am happy to report that the Tahoma from Pete Daigle arrived by FedEx Tuesday afternoon.
Yes.
We let it sit for a day just
That
to make
was hard
sure.
for you.
That was very hard.
was
I
hard
kept
for
going
him.
and looking at it.
Right.
We unboxed it Wednesday, and I've been working with it ever since. And I'm not very far along with it yet. It's a brand new auto harp with brand new strings, so it's not quite in line with itself yet. But it's a wonderful instrument, and we are going to
beautiful,
show
so
it to you right now.
Yay.
If you will find a safe place over there beside you to put this one.
Let me arrange a couple things for a second.
Okay.
And I will. Okay. Now let me take that one off your hands.
Something-
Lost the stylus.
Okay, got it?
Yes.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Hello, Lulu. Say, oh boy, are you done? Because it's a beautiful day to go play toys.
And that's what we should do.
And that's what we should
Do you want me
do.
to get her?
Yes, please. I can't get out from behind these microphones.
I dropped my mic out of my mic stand.
Yeah, that's why I taped mine.
Yeah, I should have. I bumped it when I got up. Hang on there. Stick it back in there. Okay. Now, with my hair along with it. Shoot.
That's not good. We will get this done, folks. While we're waiting, I will tell you the introductory offer of the great price that Pete's got on this instrument. It expires on the 31st of March. So if you want to get in on the $13.95 price tag, place an order soon. This thing is
I'm going to bring it to you.
here it comes.
Handing it to you from this.
Dog shakes and says, "Oh shucks."
There you go.
All right.
Now.
I hope it shows up on camera. If it doesn't, let me know and I will hold it up. As you can see, it is a left-handed auto harp, so I can play it like this. Can't play it at all at the moment because the protector.
Caroline said, "Yay."
Hang on to that for me, will you please?
Yes.
I know I'm giving you lots of jobs to do.
Oh, that's all right. I wear a lot of hats, even though I don't look like it.
The top and the frame, the sides of this, is all one piece of pin block. And the back is oakum ply from instrument grade oakum ply from France.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, right. it has a wonderful sound, and it mellows, I'm told, as you play it more. It is just absolutely amazing. Let me see.
Carol says, I have a lefty for table playing from Pete.
Ah, very good.
And Patricia said, very cool, congratulations on the Tahoma.
Thank you, Patricia. Here's what you get right out of the box, just to review. You get Pete's patented flatline fine-tuning system. The only moving parts in this are the screws. There's no cams or anything. The strings are attached to the bridge, not to the fine-tuners themselves. So if you do accidentally back a screw out all the way, the whole thing isn't going to go springing off into a million little pieces like the Oscar Schmidt fine-tuners, I'm told, want to do. So you get that. You get his Mylar spring system, and see there's just no noise. Listen. There's just very little noise in the action. These are going to last a long time. You're not going to get that spring squeak that you get with some of the production models, which are the only. This is my first luthier auto harp. I've always played Oscar Schmidt's. These chord bars are arched in the middle to give them extra strength. They will not warp. You've got composite frame bracing underneath there. You get the Brian Bowers 21 chord, Brian Bowers style 21 chord chromatic layout. What else do you get? Yeah, you get strap buttons, and Pete will install them for you, or if you want to put them in your special places, he'll send them uninstalled. And you get your choice of cases, and you get this great Tahoma sound, which I'm going to show you in a minute. You get all that for $1,395 and shipping. There's a limited lifetime warranty on for defects in materials and manufacturing. And all Pete's Auto Harps come with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. Play it for 30 days. If for any reason you don't like it, send it back, and Pete will refund your money. And if you don't have all the money to take advantage of the Tahoma offer right now, put a couple $100 down. Pete's got an interest-free layaway plan. He'll let you pay it, and then a little bit at a time as you get the money. And then when you get it all paid off, he'll ship it right to you. Now, for a little bit extra, you can get a built-in magnetic pickup. You can get lock bars. You can get 9, 12, and 18 bar setups, and you can get chromatic and diatonic string schedules, of course. And go to dagelharp.com to have a look or to order. I am going to attempt to play one song for you. Now, here are some caveats. I tuned this morning about 2 hours before showtime. Hopefully, and I got it as close as I could. I'm not really competent yet with the fine tuners and all, so, I did the best I could. And hopefully it stayed somewhere close to in tune. I'm tuning it about 3 or 4 times a day right now until it, all gets settled in. The other thing is the audio setup over here, it was set up for the Oscar Schmidt. So it's not going to show the Tahoma's best qualities, but I wanted you to hear it. So the next song on our list is, let's see here, is called Down in the Arkansas. We don't know who the writer is. It might be traditional. The first recording that I could find was by the Pickard family, and they recorded it on a 78 in 1929. There are a lot of different versions of this. It's called Down in the Arkansas. Tell you what, I'm going to play this bare nails. That's another thing. This thing is so responsive. and has such great acoustics that you don't have to dig at the strings to get great sound out of it. So that means that you can do a lot more things with it. I'm just now beginning to discover them. Every time I play it, I get just a little bit better with it. But I'm nowhere, near as good as I will be. Let's put it that way.
I have 3 comments.
Okay, go ahead.
John Wendling, awesome harp. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, John. Your request is in the front of the show. You can go back and listen to Carmelita.
Yes.
We did it just a few minutes ago. I'm glad you came. I really am glad to see you. And thanks for the compliments on the harp.
Carol said, I've been wishing for a time that you would have a lefty, but I would think it will be a huge adjustment for strumming.
Nah.
And Bob said Karen Mueller was playing her Tahoma today at our UKA Zoom workshop. Very good sound. So looking forward to getting mine. Downside is the duties and taxes shipping to UK.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have heard tell. And then Carol, yes, amazing sound. I had to ship something out that way once too.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
We tried to ship a painting to England, and they didn't want to take it. They were afraid the paint would melt, and they had all kind of. We finally had to tell them it was something else.
Yeah.
To get them to ship it. Let's see if this is anywhere as close to in tune. Close enough. There's not much room up here. That's one thing I've got to really get used to. There's not a whole lot of room up here to pick these high strings. But I'll figure a way. Down in the Arkansas. I had an old cow that slobbered bad down in the Arkansas. I took her to my great-granddad down in the Arkansas. I asked him what to do for it down in the Arkansas. He said, son, just teach that old cow to spit way down in the Arkansas. Down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas. Prettiest girl I ever saw was down in the Arkansas. I knew a man whose name was Jack down in the Arkansas. He had him a hog called a razorback way down in the Arkansas. Strangest thing you ever hear down in the Arkansas. He used that hog to shave his beard down in the Arkansas. Down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas. Prettiest girl I ever saw was down in the Arkansas. We had us a wedding the other day down in the Arkansas. Bride's name was Oates, groom's name was Hay down in the Arkansas. The organ played in a major key down in the Arkansas. We sang What Will the Harvest Be down in the Arkansas. I met a girl whose name was Lil down in the Arkansas. I hugged that girl all over the hill down in the Arkansas. Her pa ran up and called me son down in the Arkansas. And he tied the knot with his rifle gun way down in the Arkansas now. Down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas. Prettiest girl I ever saw down in the Arkansas. I had a cow that ran away down in the Arkansas. She stayed gone for 14 days down in the Arkansas. When she came back to the farm down in the Arkansas, that cow exploded and whitewashed the barn way down in the Arkansas. I know a man named Davy Crockett down in the Arkansas. Carried his false teeth in his back pocket down in the Arkansas. He hitched a horse and drove to town down in the Arkansas. But he bit himself every time he sat down in the Arkansas. Down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas. Prettiest girl I ever saw down in the Arkansas. They drink a tea made of corn down in the Arkansas. They make you a man what before you're born down in the Arkansas. They court the girls when they're knee-high down in the Arkansas. And they don't quit courting till the day they die down in the Arkansas. When I was just a little lad down in the Arkansas, my ma got married to my dad way down in the Arkansas. Grandpa got mad and cussed a while down in the Arkansas, till Grandma said, "Hoss, it's the latest style down in the Arkansas." Down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas. Prettiest girl I ever saw down in the Arkansas. I knew a girl whose name was Jill down in the Arkansas. I love that gal and I love her still way down in the Arkansas. She was cross-eyed for a fact down in the Arkansas. When she cried, her tears rolled down her back down in the Arkansas. Me and Bill, we owned a cow down in the Arkansas. Over that cow we had a row down in the Arkansas. I owned half that cow, Bill cried down in the Arkansas. So I shot my half and Bill's half died down in the Arkansas. Down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas, down in the Arkansas. Prettiest girl I ever saw was down in the Arkansas.
Wow. Oh, goodness.
This thing rings forever.
It still is.
Yeah. And it doesn't come out of, you know, when you, my other harps, if I don't let them ring like that, because at the end the strings don't vibrate quite as fast as each other did before, and it sounds like it's come out of tune when it hasn't.
Huh.
Anyway.
Carol said, yes, amazing sound. Nan said, sound is coming across beautifully. Lavonda said, oh my gosh, what beautiful sound. And Polly Daigle said, Pete and I think it sounds good from here, exclamation point. Patricia Gilbert, great sound, George. And Nancy Beatty, fantastic. Thank you, Nancy.
Well, thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Polly and Pete, I'm glad you, I would have expected nothing less. But I will practice, and one day I'll be able to do the thing justice.
Well, it has the most beautiful sound.
It really does.
I love it.
And I like the voicing. Since you guys are both here, I've never had a harp before where the first G string was allowed to ring in the C chord, and it really adds a lot of body to that chord. It really does. And once again, I wasn't putting any more pressure on any string than any other string. I don't know where all the strings are yet, so our arpeggios are tough. But anyway, great job, guys. We really love it. If you want one at this price, guys, get on it. Pete hasn't told me what the regular price is going to be, so we'll keep you in suspense on that. But you're going to save a bunch of money if you can get a payment down and get an order in before April 1st.
Bob says, seems funny seeing you without your arms crossed.
Yeah, it feels a little odd.
Yeah.
Can't do it yet, but I'll get there.
He'll get there. I can see.
Sometimes late nights. Here, the other interesting thing, let me strum a chord here. This is very sensitive to where you pick it. more so than anything else I've ever had. Here's a G chord right by the chord bars. Here's that same G chord out here. See the difference? Then if you play it and move where it is on your lap, like if I hit a chord and then spread my legs out.
That does change it.
It changes it. I don't know if the mics pick that up, but it
I don't know, but
totally
here
changes
in
it.
the house you can tell.
I haven't tried playing it on a table yet. If I do, I probably never want to play it any other way. But
Put it
that's
on that island.
Yeah, that's what we have.
We have a kitchen.
We have
island.
a kitchen island in our home here that is the best resonator box I've ever heard.
Goodness.
Every auto harp just bellows when we put it on that thing. Makes me want to rip it out, put it on wheels,
I know.
and take it wherever I go. There'd be plenty of room for the sound gear and everything else. Okay, trade me back. Let me have that protector.
Okay, I'll do that, and I have to.
It's interesting when you own a left-handed auto harp in a right-handed world, like we have to put it in its case upside down because they don't make a left-handed case yet. So we have to put this plastic piece in here. And Pete, a little bit of feedback. If I might make a suggestion, the next time you order these, if the plastic protector that goes on top of the strings, ask them to make it about a ½ inch wider. It's really hard to get it out from under here sometimes. If it came out just a little bit on one side or the other of this cord assembly, you could just slide it out with a finger instead of having to dig for it under here.
Shall I take it?
Yeah, I don't want to give it back, but there you go.
Got it.
Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
It is so beautiful. Can I hold it up and see if I can hold it up in front of the camera?
Sure, yeah. Give people a better look.
Let's see if I can get out of the way of the camera here. Long enough to hold it. Does that work? Oh, down a little bit. And then there's the strap at the top.
Say Limburger. Fake smile now.
I don't know if people can actually see it because I don't have my phone right there. So I'm holding it up and, oh, I know part of it's the mirror image on my phone. But this is it. I hope that showed people. I'm away from my mic.
You'll be picked up, sort of.
Sort of, yes.
But everybody who sees it comments on what a beautiful instrument it is.
It's absolutely
It's beautifully made, and I'm going to practice with it. I thought I would be able to get to grips with it fairly quickly, and that's not the case. Years of playing the other way. Every auto harp is different, but this one is more different from all the other Oscar Schmidts. I can pick up just about any one of those and I can play it pretty well. This one, because of the way it's made and playing it left-handed, I don't have the muscle memory yet to find all the strings.
Over to you.
All right. I have. Hello, old friend. Welcome back. Don't get mad. All right.
Let's see, I got a couple comments here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That'll give.
Polly said, turn the plastic 1/4 turn. I'll do the same thing and be easier for you to install.
Well, but then it doesn't cover all the strings, Polly.
Nan said, beautiful details.
I tried that, and I didn't keep it that way because the auto harp is resting on the buttons, so the weight of the auto harp is coming down on those bars, and I was afraid that it might that plastic piece might not keep it off the strings that it didn't cover. But if y'all think it will, I'll do that. I'll try that. Let me know one way or the other if you would, please.
So I had my microphone. Sorry, guys, I forgot my mic. I'm such a pro here. Anyway,
Polly, Lynn read me the comment about turning that guard a quarter turn.
yes.
And as I said, my concern was that it didn't cover all the strings. But if it'll hold the pads off of the ones that it doesn't cover, I'll do that. Let me know. That's the way y'all shipped it, so that's the way I've been doing it.
There's more information down farther, so give me just a minute.
Okay.
Patricia said, "Good job, Lynn. Thank you." And let's see, Debbie Lane, "Thank you, George. You know how much Lynn does, but you miss how much she turns to smile at you with shining eyes while you sing."
Well, thank you.
Such a beautiful love. Well, thank you, Debbie.
She ratted you out, huh? Yes, there you go. Thanks, Debbie.
And Pat said, "I like it," and yes, very well made. And Bob said, "Did you put the handle on the two of the Tahoma?" I'm not sure what.
Yes, there's a leather handle on the small end of the harp.
Oh, yes.
And it's really, really nice because I can carry it around with the strings facing my leg, and as long as I guard my front to make sure it's not going to, I don't know why everybody doesn't do that. It just makes the harp a whole lot easier to manipulate when you've got it out of the case.
And see, Debbie Lane, "I'm so jealous of that. What an amazing instrument." And Polly said it doesn't need to cover all the strings.
Okay, thanks, Polly.
That's what I was getting down to, and I had a little trouble getting there. Right. But I think I've read all of them now.
Okay, great. I'll just do that, and that'll make it a whole lot easier to get in and out of there for sure. But it's a great instrument, and I am going to start practicing a good part of every day for the next while and see if I can get enough familiarity with it to play up to my standards, such as they are.
Oh, and Ivan said, "So glad you finally got a luthier auto harp." Yes.
Yeah, we are too.
Amazed at the difference. Actually, yeah, I am amazed.
Blown away.
Yes.
It's the difference between night and day. It really is.
You have a dog who's come to see you.
Hi.
That Lulu.
Hey, girl. How are we doing on time, Lynn?
It is 2:14 according to this clock.
All right. Well, I'm going to pet Lulu, I guess.
It's like you are. She's going to make it difficult to play.
Okay, here's a song that was written and recorded by Marty Robbins. It's called El Paso. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me in Rosa's cantina. Music would play and Felina would whirl. Blacker than night were the eyes of Felina, wicked and evil while casting her spell. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden. I was in love, but in vain I could tell. One night a wild young cowboy came in, wild as the West Texas wind. Dashing and daring, a drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger I challenged his right for the love of this maiden. Down went his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat. The handsome young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment I stood there in silence, stunned by the foul, evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance, and that was to run. Out through the back door of Rose's I ran, out where the horses were tied. I caught a good one, it looked like it could run. Up on its back and away I did ride, just as fast as I could, from the West Texas town of El Paso out to the Badlands of New Mexico. Back in El Paso my life would be worthless. Everything's gone in life, nothing is left. It's been so long since I've seen the young maiden. My love is stronger than my fear of death. I saddled up and away I did go, riding alone in the dark. Maybe tomorrow a bullet may find me. Tonight nothing's worse than this pain in my heart. And at last here I am on the hill overlooking El Paso. I can see Rose's cantina below. My love is strong and it pushes me onward. Down off the hill to Felina I go. Off to my right I see 5 mounted cowboys. Off to my left ride a dozen and more. Shouting and shooting, I can't let them catch me. I have to make it to Rose's back door. Something is dreadfully wrong, for I feel a deep burning pain in my side. Though I am trying to stay in the saddle, I'm getting weary, unable to ride. But my love for Felina is strong, and I rise where I've fallen. Though I am weary, I can't stop to rest. I see the white puff of smoke from the rifle. I feel the bullet go deep in my chest. From out of nowhere, Felina has found me, kissing my cheek as she kneels by my side. Cradled by 2 loving arms that I'll die for. One little kiss and Felina, goodbye.
I like that song. Polly said, you'll be up to your standards in no time at all. Hi, Lulu, and I love this song! Exclamation.
Well, thank you, Polly. I expect every time I pick it up, I gain, and so we will see what we shall see.
Then Bob said, I have put handles on the top of 2 of my harps. Also, I find that they sound a lot better with a 3-point harness when standing up. So that's cool.
Yeah, it might work. I obviously don't play standing up.
Right. But if you did have to, you might.
You'd have to have some kind of a gadget that would hold it, like that.
Way.
And it would have to go over your shoulders and around your back and everything else, and I don't. And then you'd have to have a way to keep it from swinging back and forth, and
yeah.
I'm going to sit down.
Bay said, nice song. Backtracking a little, congrats on your new auto harp.
Thanks, Bay.
Does the Daigle throw you off being reverse of your normal playing position? Does it feel natural to you yet?
It's starting to. Now, Pete, I got some customizations. Obviously, I got the left-handed auto harp. I also set it up with the Oscar Schmidt layout. So I didn't have to learn a new button layout. I set up a harp with the Brian Bowers style layout that he has, that comes, you know, the default for the Tahoma. And there are things that I play, like this minor stuff. That doesn't work well at all with that layout because you're stretching all over the button board. So
I always add the word "yet" when he says that. Can't do it yet.
Can't do it yet. So I actually have this layout on the left side. So he just moved it all over. He did not do the mirror image. And it all dampens out real well, too, by the way, Pete. I like it. I was afraid maybe that I'd done myself a disservice, but I like it.
They said, good choice keeping the familiar with the new.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. And this is a stock Oscar Schmidt. So on the bottom row, for you non-auto harpers, we will get back to playing music in just a minute. On the last row, there's an A flat and a B flat 7. And I replaced those with B minor and F sharp minor so that I would have the 6 minors for the D and A keys. And I sacrificed the ability to play an E flat, but heck, I never play an E flat anyway. So, all right, where are we?
We have hearts going
Thank
on
you.
this.
This song was written by Harlan Howard for the Kingston Trio, and it's called Everglades. He was born and raised around Jackson. He was born and raised around Jacksonville. A nice young man, not the kind to kill, but a jealous fight and a flashing blade set him on the run through the Everglades, running like a dog through the Everglades. Now the posse went in and they came back out. They said he'll die in there, and there ain't no doubt. It's an eye for an eye, so the debt is paid. He won't last long in the Everglades. A man can't live in the Everglades, where a man can hide and never be found, and have no fear of the baying hounds. But he better keep moving and don't stand still. If the skeeters don't get him, then the gators will. Running like a dog through the Everglades. Now the years went by and his girl was wed. His family gave him up for dead. But now and then the natives, they would say they seen him running through the Everglades. Now he never heard the news on the radio. He was deep in the glades, so he'll never know. His running and hiding didn't make much sense, for the jury had ruled it was self-defense. Running like a dog through the Everglades, where a man can hide and never be found, and have no fear of the baying hounds. But he better keep moving and don't stand still. If the skeeters don't get him, then the gators will. Skipping like a frog through the slimy bog, running through the trees from the Everleaves.
Ivan said when I was a boy I used to go hunting with my dad in the Everglades.
Wow. There's a man who's been there.
There's stories there.
And you can never go back because they're draining the thing, and pretty soon it's all going to be one big shopping mall.
I didn't know that was
Oh, yeah.
done.
They're
Deborah Lynn Brace McInnes is here.
Hello,
Hi,
Debbie.
guys. Debbie, hi.
Wonderful to see you. Glad you could come.
Welcome.
Welcome. It's a great day.
Yes, he has his Tahoma, And
Yeah.
if you go back and look further back
you
in
go back,
the
you
show,
can
you
see
can
it.
see it and hear it.
And hear it. And soon, I don't know
Heart
exactly
going
when.
up on that. From
Soon it will be featured.
Yes.
As soon as I can do it justice.
It's so beautiful. Sound and the way it looks, it's just an incredibly beautiful instrument.
All right. Let's see.
As an artist, I'm taken with the way it looks. I really am. It's so beautiful. And your microphone came down.
How about that? You're not the only one.
The only one. The strangest things happen to us.
Yeah.
We get these things together and those things together.
Welcome to our
Something
world.
goes sideways. Yes.
Welcome
There's
to our
Lulu
world.
coming to see me.
All
With
right.
this pretty little
Here
girl.
is a song that was written by Paul Simon and done by Simon and Garfunkel. And it's called Bleecker Street. Fog's rolling in off the East River bank like a shroud. It covers Bleecker Street, fills the alley where men sleep, hides the shepherd from the sheep. I got lost. So nice of you to come to my rehearsal today. Voices leaking from a sad cafe, smiling faces try to understand. I saw a shadow touch a shadow's hand on Bleecker Street. The poet reads his crooked rhyme. Holy, holy is his sacrament. $30 pays your rent on Bleecker Street. I heard a church bell softly chime in a melody sustained. It's a long road to Canaan on Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street.
Nice. I think Debbie said new harp. Cool. I don't know if I read that one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And likes going up on that song. And Ivan said, as likes there. Bay said, always love watching your fingers dance. It's such a different style of playing.
Thank you, Ivan.
And Bay said that. Always love watching your
Thank you,
fingers
Bay.
dance.
Thank you, thank you.
Ivan sent up likes on that song.
I appreciate.
Didn't mean to confuse you there.
Oh, that's all right. These days I live in a perpetual state of confusion.
Many of us do.
The CD is in the can. I'm now working with the developers to get the website together.
Yes.
Haven't gotten the Tahoma together with an amp yet. I've got the magnetic pickup. I can't wait to see how that sounds.
Nan said, "Cool song" on the Bleecker
Thank
Street.
you. Thank you.
I love that
I
song.
always like that song. I like songs that you can finger pick like that. You know,
Yeah.
always loved that style. That's what I wanted to play. And when I got my first auto harp that my roommate lent me, he said, "Well, you'll never get there."
Well, you wanted to do what you wanted on a guitar, but you found you can do even more, I think.
No, you can't do more, but you can do some pretty interesting things.
Well, you can. That's
You know,
true.
I went from this to this. Then I went to,
Fingers is what you're doing.
and then I did. See, and then it's all just that. Anyway,
Yep.
I don't give lessons, and I'm not very good at workshops because I can't see what the people are doing to help them. I learned that at CAG. I mean, I had good attendance at some of my workshops, but I wasn't really sure if anybody got what I was trying to teach them. I couldn't tell. Dan helped me out a lot. He was there with me, but I gotta work on that. Now, speaking of gatherings and festivals and things like that, MLAG is fast approaching, June 6th to the 12th. You can still register. You don't get the early bird discounts now, but you can still register. It's in a brand new location this year at the University of Shippensburg in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. No more camping out at the state park, but if you are a die-hard traditionalist, they do have some places where you can park campers and set up tents and that sort of thing. The rest of us will be living in air-conditioned dorm rooms and eating at the food court style chow hall that they've got set up there in for us. It's a great new location. Lots of stuff in the surrounding towns and all for non-auto harp family members who may be attending for the events in the evenings to do during the day while we're all in workshops and jamming and all that auto harpy stuff. So I hope to see you there. I will be there for the release party for my CD because I won the Cohen Grapple recording endowment this year. I was very honored by that. The CD is all about dogs. It's called Forever Friends. And the profits, every penny of the profits, are going to go to Southeastern Guide Dogs for the Blind. I think we are in final negotiations.
Right,
I have a
that's
couple
what
of
I
other
was-
candidates who say, they don't want it. But I think that
I think they're interested.
Southeastern is going to do that. I've been accepted for a guide dog from them. They just haven't found my match yet. They have a lot of things that have to match up between the person and the dog before they'll issue
They
it,
take
or
their
it doesn't
time.
work.
They take their time, which frustrates some people. But I'd rather they took their time and found just the right dog.
There's nothing more disheartening or dangerous than a mismatched dog.
Guide dog, yeah.
Right, it's dangerous.
Seen it. Don't like it.
Here's a traditional song, House of the Rising Sun. I'm going to do the Animals version, which is about a guy. The original song is about a girl, and the House of the Rising Sun was a house of prostitution.
Oh.
And the Animals, because of 60s mores and all, changed it into a guy, and the House of the Rising Sun into a gambling den. But let me see if I can do this.
I did not know that.
is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's ever satisfied is when he's on a drunk. Now, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Stay away from that house in New Orleans, the house of the rising sun. With one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. Oh, I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one.
LaVonda said, haven't heard this in years. Love it.
Glad you liked it, LaVonda.
Did I read Nan said cool song, but I think she was talking about
she was talking about the one before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a like from Ivan on that one.
All right.
Sometimes there's a picture with the emoji and sometimes there isn't, so I don't always know. I'm still getting used to this, believe it or not.
Here's one written by Taffy and William Thomas Danoff and recorded by John Denver called I Guess He'd Rather Be in Colorado. I guess he'd rather be in Colorado. sky looks like a pearl after the rain. Once again I see him walking, once again I see him talking to the stars he makes and asking them for bus fares. I guess he'd rather be in Colorado. He'd rather play his banjo in the morning when the moon is scarcely gone. In the dawn the subway's coming, in the dawn I hear him humming some old song he wrote of love in Boulder Canyon. I guess he'd rather be in Colorado. Guess he'd rather be in Colorado. I guess he'd rather work out where the only thing you earn is what you spend. In the end, up in his office, in the end, a quiet cough is all he has to show. He lives in New York City.
Joe, Harold, sounding good, George.
Hey, Joe from Texas.
Yes.
Glad you came by.
Yes. He said, thank you for all your efforts. I know it's a lot of work.
It is, but it's a labor of love.
Yes. Dan said, Linda and I are working on Denver's Wild Montana Skies.
You guys would be good at
Do you
that.
by chance know that one? And you guys will sound great. I can't wait to hear him do that one.
He was born in the Bitterroot Valley in the early morning rain. Wild geese on the water, heading north and home again. Bringing a warm wind from the south, bringing the first taste of the spring. His mother took him to her breast and softly she did sing. Oh, Montana, give this child a home. Give him the love of a good family and a woman of his own. Give him the fire in his heart. Give him the light in his eyes. Give him the wild wind for a brother and the wild Montana skies. I do not remember all.
Don't remember the
verses.
verses either, but I remember that part. I love that song. Yeah, he did really a great song when he did that one.
Yeah, that's a good song. You guys will be good at that.
I
The way
know.
Linda sings harmony,
Yes.
it's going to be good.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, here is a song by the Oak Ridge Boys called Leaving Louisiana in the Broad Daylight. It was written by Donovan Coward and Rodney Crowell.
I like this song.
And I don't know if they're part of the Oak Ridge Boys or not, but Lynn likes this one.
This one, I like this one.
Mary took to running with a traveling man and left her mama crying with her head in her hands. Such a sad case, so broken-hearted. She said, Mama, got to go, got to get out of here, got to get out of town, tired of hanging around, I got to roll on between the ditches. It's just an ordinary story about the way things go round and round and nobody knows, but the highway goes on forever. That old highway rolls on forever. Well, she never would have done it if she hadn't got drunk, if she hadn't started running with a traveling man, if she hadn't started taking those crazy chances. She said, daughter, let me tell you about the traveling kind. Everywhere he's going such a very short time, he'll be long gone before you know it. He'll be long gone before you know it. She said, never have I known it when it felt so good. Never had I done it when I knew I could. Never have I done it when it looked so right, leaving Louisiana in the broad daylight. This is down in the small plant, anything goes. It's alligator bait and the bars don't close. It's a real thing down in Louisiana. Did you ever see occasion when he really got mad, when he really got trouble like a daughter gone bad? It gets real hot down in Louisiana. The stranger better move it or he's gonna get killed. He's gonna have to get it or a shotgun will. It ain't no time for lengthy speeches. There ain't no time for lengthy speeches. She said, never have I known it when it felt so good. Never have I knew it when I knew I could. Never have I done it when it looked so right, leaving Louisiana in the broad daylight. She said, never have I known it when it felt so good. Never have I knew it when I knew I could. Never have I done it when it looked so right, leaving Louisiana in the broad daylight. It's just an ordinary story about the way things go around and round. Nobody knows, but the highway goes on forever. That old highway rolls on forever.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, Bob said, I love John Denver songs, and we do too. He was just special, that guy.
We did a whole show of nothing but his stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was show number 13. It was right after we did one for John Prine.
Yeah.
Well, and we had a lot of fun with that.
They were both treasures.
Yeah. Here is a song written by Jack Clement and sung by Hank Snow. It's called Miller's Cave.
Oh.
Dark old cave, Miller's Cave. LaVonda, this was one of Ted's favorites. That's who I learned it from. Way down in the state of Georgia, through the swamps and the Everglades, there's a hole in Tiger Mountain. God help the man who gets lost in Miller's Cave. I had a girl in Waycross, Georgia, but she had unfaithful ways, made me feel I was unwanted, like the bats and the birds in Miller's Cave. I couldn't stand the way she did me, couldn't take her low-down ways. Before I'll stay with a cheating woman, I'll go live with the bears in Miller's Cave. I caught her out one Sunday morning with a man they called Big Dave. Meanest man in Waycross, Georgia. I'd rather fight a mountain lion in Miller's Cave. I said, you'll pay, both you and Davy. I must see you in your graves. They laughed at me and then I shot 'em. I took their cheating, scheming bones to Miller's Cave. That woman made me feel unwanted, but I showed her I was brave. Most wanted man in the state of Georgia, but they'll never find me 'cause I'm lost in Miller's Cave. Dark old cave, Miller's Cave.
Patricia said, no, wait a minute. Let's back up. Bob said, just found out my volume not very loud. It was turned down low on the iPhone.
Oh, I'm glad you got that figured out, Bob.
Yes. And Patricia said, great set list.
Thank you.
And Lavonda said, I can see him playing his guitar and singing this. Great memories.
Yeah.
I can too.
Ted was a great guy.
And that old pickup truck.
Well, he had a lot of old pickup trucks.
He had a red one and then later a yellow one, I think.
Well, the red one he actually bought new, but it was old by the time you met it.
Oh, I see.
All right. I can't be serious forever. We've only had one funny song in this whole show so far.
Yes.
We've already been to Nashville. We did Nashville Cats by the Lovin' Spoonful. We're going to go back. We're going to do it again.
Oh. We're
going to do Nashville Cats again, but this time we're going to do the Homer and Jethro version. Nashville Cats, they all drive great big new cars. Nashville Cats got boats and airplanes too. Nashville Cats got diamond-studded guitars. Nashville Cats, they all got payments due. Well, there's 1,000 some odd guitar pickers and the number keeps rising. They all double on the fiddle and the 5-string banjo and they do the harmonizing. And you can't keep track of all the drummers and the strummers, and they even got hummers too. And any Nashville yokel in the local does a vocal even twice as better than I do. Nashville Cats play harder than a tater. Nashville Cats, they sure do practice hard. Nashville Cats been playing since they's babies. Nashville Cats, bet they sure are tired. Well, there's 1,000 some odd guitar pickers and every one of them saying, I can read a little music and I do read notes, but not enough to hurt my playing. And you can't keep track of all the records they make, and every one is a million seller. And I all feel sorry for the poor folks like Johnson and Rockefeller. Nashville Cats, they all drive great big new cars. Nashville Cats got boats and airplanes too. Nashville Cats got diamond-studded guitars. Nashville Cats, they all got payments due.
That's a little different. I like it. Ivan says, Nancy says, good song.
Thank you, Nancy.
And Lavonda said, my granddaughter just joined us. Her name is Ainsley Beckett. Hi,
hey,
Ainsley. Welcome.
This is your great aunt and uncle, I guess.
Yes, we are.
Our grand, your aunt and uncle, your great grand aunt and uncle, I don't know. I'm my own grandpa.
Nan said LOL on that song. We have 2:55.
Okay, good. By the way, y'all, if you're not doing anything tomorrow and you haven't had enough expert auto harp playing supposedly for your life, check out Ivan's concert. He does a folk music concert every Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And it's unlike anything you've ever heard before. He does a great job.
It's on Facebook, right?
It's on Facebook on his page. You look for Ivan Stiles. Stiles, and he and his lovely wife Katie do a show.
Nancy, you said Katie.
I said Katie. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ivan said, thanks for the plug.
Yeah, such as it was. It's kind of a half plug.
I have to keep you in.
Thank you. He and Nancy do. I was jumping ahead in my head, and I left myself behind.
That's hard to do.
She reads comments, like Lynn does for me. And they occasionally actually have live guests, and Ivan has played with duets with other musicians, but he plays really great folk music. And a lot of it is rare. Some of it you've heard before, some of it I'll bet you haven't. So if you've got an hour free tomorrow, join Ivan and Nancy.
Yes.
And, you'll be glad you did. Okay. This is working out really well.
Yes.
This song is another John Denver, and Linda's going to join me on the choruses, although she didn't know that until just now.
Why am I doing that?
It's called Take Me Home, Country Roads.
Oh, I believe I can do that.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hour, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday, yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, down country roads, take me home, country roads. I wasn't perfect on that, but I enjoyed that so much. It's been a while. Yeah, I always like doing that with you. And you got the dynamics together that time. You kept your voice up, which let me bring mine down under yours, which is that song. I think it's going to sound better than you think.
Oh.
Folks, that brings us to the end.
I got comments. Can I do comments?
Yeah, let's do comments.
Okay.
Sure.
Ivan said, guest artist next week. I think he said guest artist next week, but I think he meant guest. And Bob said, one of John's best, and you two do it lovely with 4 X's. And Ivan said, bravo. Patricia said, beautiful, thank you. Nan said, nice. And John Wendling said, fantastic.
Wow.
So thank you guys so much.
We'll have to do that one again.
Yes. I love that song.
When that song came out in 1971, I just turned to the legal drinking age, and I went out drinking with my mom to this place that our family kind of frequented. And she and 2 or 3 of her friends wore that record out on the jukebox. I mean, they put in, that time you could get a song for $0.10. They'd get $1 worth of dimes and play it 10 times. People couldn't get any other music played because John was, and
everybody loved us.
And the record got scratchier and scratchier and scratchier and scratchier. And then finally one day the jukebox guy replaced it with a new one. They didn't completely wear that one out before they got tired of it, but man, oh man.
Felix said, we're all getting older, George, and Dan said, well done, guys. Thank you, Dan. And true, Felix, we are.
That's true. That's true. A lot of my friends didn't get to live this long, so I'm very happy to be here. Folks, if you can, we'd appreciate it if you'd put a little something in our tip jar. Help us pay for the Tahoma.
It's the M line.
Actually, that's right. We are, but we got to find another project. See, because MLAG will be over pretty soon. But anyway, if you got an extra $1 or $2 that you could put in our tip jar, we really would appreciate it.
And thank you for all of those who have, to all of those who have
indeed
done so, because
you've been very generous. We really appreciate your contributions.
Absolutely.
They got me to MLAG.
Yes, that's the thing I
wouldn't have made it without you. I really don't think I would have ever had that. We are so grateful to everybody who has contributed and put money in. And if you can do so, again, or if you've got a couple of extra bucks that you can put in our tip jar, it's PayPal at autoharp.down.home@gmail.com. It's at the bottom of your screen, and we'd really appreciate your support. If you can't do that, that's no problem. We love you anyway.
Absolutely. We are so happy to have you all join us.
We are so glad you all came this afternoon to visit with us for a couple of hours. It really brightens up our week.
Lavonda said, great show as always.
Thank you, Lavonda.
Nan said, loved the show today. Thanks, Nan.
Thanks, guys. We
had a great time.
We really appreciate it, and we will leave you with this. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to George and all his kin. We'd sure like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back real soon to this locality to have a heaping helping of our hospitality. Home style, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now here.